Hi everybody, today is day 20, finally the last day. So I will be using a wall, a ball, and a set of weights, but not for weightlifting, so you'll see. So we are gonna get started right away at the wall with the ball. So bring your feet up to a wall, lying down. I'm putting my feet on the wall in a Pilates V. So heels together, toes apart. I'm gonna place that ball in between my legs. Let's just start with a couple breaths here. So take that deep breath in through that nose. Exhale that breath through your mouth. One more deep breath in through that nose. And exhale. Take a couple pelvic rocks. So curling that pelvis towards the ceiling, but keeping it connected to the mat. And then curling it towards the ground, creating that pocket of air. Just a couple of those to warm up that low back. And then when you're ready, pause, find your neutral spine, tuck that navel in. Make sure you have about a 90-degree bend to those legs, so scooch closer if you need to. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, pull that navel in, imprint that spine and start to roll up into a bridge. Push those hips up, keep the shoulders planted for now, and then slowly roll it on down from the top of your back to your mid back, all the way on down. And again, tuck it in, tilt it forward, your pelvis, roll it on up. Squeeze through those glutes, give that ball a squeeze. Feel everything working through your whole hip and inner thighs. And again, rolling it on up. Articulating through that spine on the way up, and then rolling on down with that exhale, trying to really work through that low back. Tuck it in, tilt it forward, roll it up, and roll it back down, letting that hip be the last touch. This next one we're going to hold it up, holding that bridge, pressing those palms into that mat. Let's give that ball some squeezes. Work those inner thighs a little bit. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, re-engage those glutes. If you lost it, we're gonna come down halfway, squeeze it up. Halfway down, squeeze it back to bridge. Halfway down, keep that tummy tucked. Pull up through those low abdominals as you're bringing it back up. Make sure you're squeezing through those glutes. Squeezing that ball, breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up and slowly bring it all the way back down. I'm gonna grab that ball in my hands. I'm gonna spread actually my legs apart, so still externally rotated. Tuck that navel, tilt that pelvis, so I'm in a wide external rotation. Ball is in hands right above my chest. I'm giving it a press in between those hands, squeezing through those glutes. We're gonna lower it halfway down with that ball and then press it up. Halfway down, squeeze the ball on the way up. So squeeze it as you bring the ball down, squeeze it up. Don't forget to squeeze those glutes. Holding in here for 5. Give them a good squeeze on the way up. 3, 2, 1. Hold it. See if you can walk those hands out. I'm going to bring that ball down. Use my hands on the mat to help me lift those hips with straight legs. Holding it there. See if you can remove one leg. Bring it back. Other leg. Holding those hips, keeping them squeezing. Couple more here. Holding this. Keep that tummy tucked. Last one, each side. Re-engage those glutes and slowly lower it down, letting those feet slide a little bit. Hug those knees into your chest. Stir them in one direction and then in the other. And extend those legs up if you need to point flex through those feet a couple times. Pulling your legs towards you. You can take a bonus roll up here, attaching those feet to the wall, arms overhead. You can start to roll it on up. Roll that ball towards those feet, stretch, and then bend through those knees and bring it on down. I'm gonna come over to this mat. We're gonna do a little ab work. So, come lying on down again, or you could stay there. We're gonna grab that ball, place it under our hips. Arms are at your side or out wide to a T. Keep that tummy tucked. Draw both legs up into a diamond shape. So heels together, toes are apart, my knees are bent and externally rotated. We're gonna just start keeping that tummy tucked. You're gonna drop one leg down and return it. The other leg and return it. Continuing these. Using those again, low abdominals to return that leg, keeping that belly button tucked. Try to not flare that rib cage for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring both legs together, now both legs at the same time. Keeping the heels connected, keeping that external rotation. Tummy tucked, it's not super fast. Try to keep the speed the same in both directions. Keep those heels pressing together. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. We're gonna bring both legs down to about that 45. You're gonna extend both legs out, draw them together, and bend through those knees. I kind of did that backwards. So you're gonna extend both legs out, bring them down and around, back together at 45, bend through those knees. So this is called a frogger, swimming like a frog, staying in the same direction. Try to keep those abdominals engaged so you don't rock off that ball. Point through those ankles or toes. Take 2 more in this direction, then we're gonna reverse it. Bring it all the way in, pause. Then we're gonna extend it out. We're gonna Pilates V, our legs are straight. You're gonna widen those legs, those straight legs, bend through those knees and bring it back in, reconnecting those heels. So that's the motion, opposite of what we just did. Holding it here for a few more. Extend those legs to 45, widen them out, and then bring them in, bend those knees, extend it out. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way in. I wanted to do one more thing here, checking my notes. Extend it out. Oh yeah, so legs are out at 45 and straight and externally rotated. We're gonna widen those legs, tap the heels 3 times. Point the feet out, flex them in and tap. Holding it here, a few more. So tap, tap, tap with those heels for 4, 3, 2, and last one. Widen them, bring them back together, bring them up, bend through those knees, lower them down, lift those hips, nice job, extend through that body, take that deep breath, nice job. We're gonna roll it all the way on up, take a forward fold, and round through those legs and sit up nice and tall. Okay, we're gonna stay right here. We're gonna go into a reverse table. I'm gonna use the ball in between my legs. You can place those hands, wrists under your shoulders, fingers wide, or in whatever feels better. So we're just gonna take a few of these. You're gonna lift it up, your head kind of goes towards that ceiling, and then you're gonna lower it down, tapping your seat, and press it up and down, up. So make sure you pull those abdominals in, Squeeze through those glutes. My feet are parallel, you know, as close together as you can get them with a ball or a towel between your legs. Holding it here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding it on up. We're gonna drop those hips down a little bit, go into tricep dips. So you're gonna lower those elbows down, press it up. So try not to put any work through the hips or glutes anymore. Just kind of let them hang there as you dip those arms up and down. Bending through those elbows. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press it up and lower it all the way down. Now I'm going to use those weights that I was talking about and bring them in at my side. I'm going to do what's called a tendon stretch, which is very modified because we're on a mat. I'm going to press myself up holding those weights in my hands. And I want the weights because I'm just holding reverse tabletop. I want this because I want my hands a little elevated. So I'm going to send my hips underneath while I'm hovered above the mat, and then I'm going to press back up into a table. So I'm pressing my seat underneath and then lifting it up. Tucking that tummy tight as you round and gaze at those legs as you send your hips back. Finish this for 8, 7, keep that tummy in tight, suck it in, 6, 5, 4, 3, my toes are lifting when I send my hips back, 2, and 1. Ooh, press it up and bring it down. Nice job. Okay, we're done with that. That was kind of a fun little move. We're gonna come to a sideline position, placing that ball low at our, like in between our calves. Legs are long. I'm gonna place my head in my hand. You can lower all the way down. Prop those legs slightly forward, flex through those feet. We're gonna start with a double leg lift. With that object between your calves to make sure those legs move as one unit. Taking for 5, make sure you're tucking that tummy in, not rolling those hips forward and backwards, so definitely use that top arm as a kickstand. 3, 2, 1, hold them up. You're gonna bend both knees and straighten both legs, keeping the legs hovered. Definitely important to keep that navel to spine here as we, again, wanna keep those abdominals engaged, feeling it through those obliques. Keeping a squeeze on that ball for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out. I'm going to lower my head all the way down, keeping my legs hovered. My back top arm is going back behind the base of my head, and I'm going to go into a side bend using my bottom arm to press up and down and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down, press yourself up. Let's just take a little mermaid stretch, stretching that side we just worked. And bring it back up. Let's go over to side 2. So again, Placing that ball in the same position, propping those legs forward. I'm actually moving this weight. Propping those legs forward and flex them to start. Lift and lower. Keep that tummy tucked. One side could feel a little different than the other, depending on your imbalances in your body. I would just, do the best you can to work through it. Lifting and lowering. For 5, 4, 3. Keep everything pulled in tight. 2, 1, hold it up. Now we're gonna do that bend and stretch. Bend and stretch while those legs are hovered. For 8, 7, 6, 5. Again, try not to let your hips fall backwards. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up. Bring this hand down, this hand behind the base of your skull. And we're gonna do those side bends. So I am kind of rolling back on my hip a little bit so I can get those legs lifted. But you should definitely feel it through your side oblique. We have for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down, bring it in, move that ball, take that lateral stretch, and bring it on up. Nice job. Okay, one last move and variation here. Then we're done. I know this is going over a little bit. Tuck that navel in, walk those feet out to a plank position, holding plank. Okay, we're gonna get some good arm work here. We're gonna try this. So opposite arm is gonna reach underneath when you pike up to the opposite foot. So I'm grabbing my right arm and I'm gonna reach it and bring it back. So I'm piking and reaching opposite arm. Feeling that work underneath your arms. Holding this, keeping that tummy tucked. Reach and in. Reach and in. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold that plank. Take a breath, holding it here. And then we're gonna drop into that child's pose. Sit those hips back. Take that breath. And then bring it all the way on in. Come here for 1. Lift up those arms. Open up through that chest. Last one, reach it up. Open it up. And lower those arms down. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed all the workouts. Great work.